Hello, folks. Welcome to Did You Pack Snacks? My name's Colin.
And I'm Meg.
This is a family travel podcast where we talk all things high, low, and the long, very long miles in between. And today we got a fun episode for you.
It's going to be so much fun.
There's a reason why we are publishing our episodes on Wednesdays at 5 a.m. for all you early birds there. It's available at 5 a.m.
Yeah, and it's the middle of the week. Maybe you're feeling kind of low and you just need someone to lift you up.
Right.
Give you a couple chuckles, if you will.
Right. Or help you dream of what's beyond your community and where can you go? Where can you travel to with your kids though?
Yep, and we're here to help you do that.
Right. I mean, one of these days we're going to travel without our kids.
Yeah, sometime, eventually. Anybody want to babysit?
They're 6 and 4. They eat great. They might want to sleep with you at night. So there you have it. Okay, but today is a fun one. But before we get into all things travel horror stories, we got some good ones, Megan.
Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah, we've asked the people and they have delivered.
I can't wait. I haven't read them all intentionally because I want real-time response.
Okay, and these are stories from around the world, which is so fun.
Yeah.
And I've chuckled a lot.
Okay, I can't wait.
Yeah, and so I hope you're ready for that. But before we get into all that, Megan, how was your week?
It was really good. I have an update for those who are listening that I think will be a riveting one.
Okay.
I finally, over the weekend...
I'm so curious.
Played pickleball for the very first time.
Hey! Yes, you did. And guess what? Right as soon as we got home, she spent 2 hours looking for a pickleball paddle. Oh my goodness.
I was in. Okay, so I will be honest. At the very beginning, we were meeting some friends, and they were late.
Right.
And
it was their idea to play pickleball, which then spurred you on. Okay.
Right. Because
they were late. We will not name names, but you know who you are.
We forgive you. But because they were late, we started playing just the two of us first. And that I did not like. It felt a lot more like it was I don't know. You just were running around a lot more. And as a beginner, trying to hold my side of the court was challenging.
Yeah, I sensed that your spirit was broken.
Yeah, I just was like, okay, this is all right. But once they came and we got to play a proper 2-on-2, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doubles.
I had a lot of fun.
Right.
And we were out there for a few hours and I was like, okay, I get it. This is fun.
When we were unloading the car, Megan goes, we don't need sunscreen. We'll only be out here for an hour. And it took everything in me not to say anything because I was like, oh, just you wait.
Just you wait.
The pickleball is going to get you.
It's going to get you. No, I definitely think it's a very much, I'm sure there are a lot of technical parts to the game.
Right.
And that you can work your way up and that you can be like a pro at it. But as an entry-level game, it's like all levels. You know, I had no prior experience, but I even got a few compliments on like my serves as a new player. So I just feel like it's for everyone, and that's what I like about it.
Great.
So yay, pickleball.
Yay, pickleball. This is an invitation to all you pickleballers out there. We're here. We're ready. Challenge us.
Challenge us. Okay, what about you? Did you do anything fun this week? Anything noteworthy?
This week was just like a straight-on summer living week. Our schedule is upside down.
Yeah.
And we've been doing this like passing the kids back and forth kind of thing. And in the afternoons, I guess my new thing is I'm at the local YMCA.
Yeah.
At our own waterworks, which is a splash pad. So that's what I've been doing.
That's what you've been doing.
That's what's new. That's my new spot.
Very summer dad of you.
Very summer dad.
Okay, let's talk about what's new in the world of travel. Hit some travel news for us, Colin. What do you got?
I will tell mine, but I think yours is better.
Okay.
You should leave with that.
Okay, I just thought this is riveting information, you guys. I saw like a little video and then I read an article about a bear that swam to shore in Destin, Florida, which is like basically where we're going to be in a couple weeks.
Wow.
And apparently people saw him way far offshore. Somebody joked that he was just on vacation too. And yeah, it just caught a lot of attention. And apparently it's, he just came to shore and then he kind of scurried off. Wow. So no one knows how long he was there or where he came from. Couldn't ask
I
him
know
any
where
questions?
it came from.
Where?
My answer is very nerdy though.
Oh, Lord.
But I'm glad the bear was there.
Okay.
This is your travel news?
Yeah, I mean, Travel and Leisure wrote an article about it, so it qualifies as travel news.
Great.
Yeah. What do you have?
Well, the reason the bear's there, do you want to know?
Sure.
It's because Florida has built this corridor for the bear. It's called, they love longleaf pine trees, which are all over 30A.
Okay.
And so that's why they're there.
Well, but where did he come from?
Oh, from the woods. And he just like, I want to go
No,
for a
he
swim.
came from the ocean. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You just think it was all leisure. See, in my mind, I was like, did he come from somewhere else? Was he swimming from Mexico? I don't know. Anyway, that's what I got.
don't know. There's a lot of like those animal sanctuaries in Cancun. It could have.
You never know.
It could have.
Gotta ask him. Okay, what do you got for us?
On my end,
Yeah.
no bears, but I missed a huge opportunity.
Okay.
I was 2 hours late to booking my very first all-electric flight.
Okay.
Scandinavian Airlines just announced they were giving away 90 tickets for free. You have to pay later.
But
But
electric planes aren't a thing.
I know, but this is in 2028. They're only flying in Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. It's a test. And you can book your seat and you'll pay 100 days before the flight is
so
leaving.
it's more like a reservation.
I missed my reservation.
Okay.
But when I got to the website, it was all full. But man, all electric flights. And this is and I know a lot of people are like doing that right now. It's in the works, right? But Scandinavian Air was just the first to like, hey, we're doing this 2028, book your seats.
How do we feel about it though? Like
I feel great.
Okay, I don't know. It just makes me feel a little anxious. Maybe because that makes a plane feel a lot like a toy because my kids' toys run on batteries and not gas.
Yeah.
So to be on a plane that's completely like gas free.
Well, yeah. Well, in the fine line, it says everybody bring an extra pack of AA's.
No. That's wild though. And
Yeah.
to be booking all the way in 2028.
Yeah. That's how many years from now? 5.
That's a lot of like anticipatory marketing. Like they're really going to get as much out of this as they can.
Well, think about it. In 5 years, we'll be on those flights.
Yeah.
What happened 5 years ago, like 2018, that we don't have now? Like there were a way less electric cars.
Way less wrinkles because we got real stressed out after 2018.
Right.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking travel specific,
I
just
do
in
agree
general.
with you though. Like
everyone just got real
my
stressed.
skin.
Well, and you got gray hair in the last 2 years.
Well, a lot of it.
Yeah, I know. Life's been stressful.
So that's why we gotta go on toy planes.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
You got anything else? I got another one.
I have another one.
Go for it.
Okay, another thing new in the world of travel is this up and coming podcast. It's like the #1 up and coming podcast for family travel. Have you heard of it?
Are you going there? Are you talking about Did You Pack Snacks?
I am. How'd you know?
Wow.
I just thought it was a good time to just say thanks for being here. We'd appreciate Thanks for being here. We appreciate you so much. And we, of course, would love for you to leave a review after you listen. Let us know what you love about the podcast and share it with your friends.
Yeah. We have 28 reviews right now on Apple Podcasts. And to all you 28, thank you so much.
We've only been here for a week.
Right.
This is the best.
And reading those reviews, like, it really warmed my heart. Do you want to just like read a couple?
Sure.
Let's
read a couple.
Well,
we don't have to pick our favorite one. Let's just we appreciate them all.
Okay.
Okay, it took me a second, but I found one.
Okay.
Are you ready? So our friend Aria said, literally never left a review for anything before, but these friends are so worth it. Aw. Love listening to their podcast and watching their videos and following all things Colin and Meg. Their content is so fun, exciting, and down to earth. I always joke that I'm living vicariously through them, but they also inspire me to want to do more myself and encourage others to believe they can do the same, even with kids. They're the best, and our family loves them. Everyone should follow along. How sweet.
Can I read another one?
Okay, just 2 though.
Thank you, Aria, because this is getting weird.
Okay.
But this is just sweet, but I think like it speaks to what we want to do with this podcast.
Yeah.
But KS9217 says, I've never considered myself one to love travel. I get the appeal, but it's not my thing, so to speak. But this podcast, just 1.5 episodes in, has me wanting to take my kids everywhere. Such a fun, pure, happy listen.
Wow.
I mean, if we're not inspiring people to pack their bags, pack their snacks, get on a plane, get on a road trip, what are we doing?
Just entertaining. I'm okay with that too.
Sure.
But you're right. If we're not doing that or making people laugh,
right,
then what's the purpose of it all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I love my soccer team. I want everybody to love the soccer team. And so in the same way, we love traveling with kids. We love traveling. And we're glad you're warming up to the idea.
Okay, so you have one more
I do.
note on the news, travel news.
Oh man, have you ever heard of Tavugoksu?
I haven't.
Tavugoksu, I may be mispronouncing this and I may be way off, but it's a Turkish delight. It's a dessert.
Okay.
And it's similar to a traditional milk pudding, but with one twist. Mm-hmm. It's got shredded chicken in it.
Okay.
Ooh. Now, Tavugoksu is translated to chicken breast pudding, which sounds stranger than it is.
Sounds strange.
It's creamy and it has milky, sweet, fibrous pudding that is, people say, is delicious. It just happens to be boiled with rice, milk sugar, and finely shredded chicken. Now, this was a delicacy for the sultans of Istanbul back in the Ottoman era. And so, but you can still find it now in Turkey.
Okay.
So maybe not travel news, but this is like, ooh, I kind of want to try that. Kind of not.
It just stood out to you.
But it's out there.
It's out there.
I just thought it was interesting.
That is interesting. Have you ever tried it before?
No, but we're going to go to Turkey one day.
Okay.
And mark my words, people.
You'll come back with a review.
Yes.
Let the people know about chicken pudding.
Chicken breast pudding. I'll tell the world about Tavugoksu.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
Okay, so now we're going to move in to the meat of our episode today.
Ooh, meat. Chicken breast?
We've got some giggles.
Okay.
We've got some stories. To everyone who sent them in, you're the best. Thank you. And we're going to read them here. And hopefully it just brightens all of our day because these things happen to other people and not us.
Right. Again, we asked the people and they delivered.
They did. Okay.
Thank you so much.
I've got one for you. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Okay, our first story. And all of these, again, read anonymously. So we're keeping your character and your reputation.
And your integrity.
It's all concealed. We're just going to have a good laugh at your expense. Thanks for letting us do that. Okay, the first story. My dad once missed my grandmother's funeral because we missed the plane. Why did we miss the plane? Take
Why,
a guess.
Megan?
Take a guess.
Flight delay.
Nope.
Flight got canceled.
Not it.
Late Uber driver.
No.
Why?
Because her dad wanted a drink
Okay.
before he got on the plane.
Okay.
So they went and got a drink. They missed their flight.
Yeah.
And even though they were flying 3 days before the funeral, all flights were booked. They couldn't get another flight. So they missed her grandmother's funeral because her dad wanted a beer at the airport.
That is funny and sad.
It's a little bit sad, but also, like, have you had those moments where you are running late and you're like, I think I have enough time to do this one thing. But I also think we've never missed a flight.
Wow.
I know. This feels impressive.
Congratulations.
We've gotten really close before. Well, we've gotten close once to missing a train. Remember, we hopped on like 30 seconds before that thing started moving.
Yep. And trains are unforgiving.
Right. And that was really stressful, especially the drive there because our driver was like, what time do you leave? Where were we?
We were in London.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a riot. A strike.
So he had to take all these back roads and he's getting stressed and he's like, what time do you have to leave? And we're like, well, like in 3 minutes. And he's like, we're going to make it. So he dropped us off
We ran to the train station and the conductor just said, just get on the train. Doesn't matter where you were. I mean, we were probably like 8 cars away from our seats.
Right.
But we just had to get on.
We just had to get on.
Yeah.
But flight-wise, we've got a great track record.
Yeah.
Way to go us.
Yeah.
And now we've learned to not get the extra drink before you get on the plane.
No.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, just pay for the snack card.
Pay for the
Get your
snack
snacks on the plane.
There you
That's
go.
what I do. Story number 2. This happens in the beautiful country of Greece.
Okay.
All right, this was several years ago, but I was on a bus on the way to Athens in Greece. I don't speak Greek, and I was the only tourist on this bus. So I just got by with lots of smiles and hand motions, which is what we do all around the world.
Right.
We stopped for a quick break, and along the side of the road, there was an older guy selling olives from containers on the front of his car. If I'm in Greece and I want olives, I want it from that guy.
Right.
It's authentic, came from his farm that morning.
Sure.
And so the lady says, boy, do I love some olives. And where better to buy some? There's a sign behind him that says 3 euros. So naturally, I pointed at the sign, hold up 3 fingers, thinking I would like to get 3 euros worth. I had no idea what the going rate for olives is, but 3 euros is cheap. And I'm peckish.
Oh, no.
Sounds like our kind of girl. What the vendor gives me, though, is 3 kilos of olives.
Oh, no.
Instead of trying to communicate that I didn't want this many, I was embarrassed as is. I pay, I thank him, and I do the walk of shame back onto the bus, full of Greek senior citizens staring at me with an enormous bag of olives. But I tried to pretend that this was intentional. Just a tourist and her insatiable love of olives. Folks, nothing to see here.
Oh my gosh. She didn't leave in how much she paid for them, though, because I'm sure it wasn't just 3 euros.
Yeah, but I mean, picture an old guy just giving you 3 kilos of olives. You can't just say no.
You can't just say no.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then you're walking on, and it's like, what are you going to do with them?
I would just start passing them out.
Well, olives are so stinky. I mean, they're delicious, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not something that you just open up the jar. And then were they in a bag? There are so many things that I want to know.
So many questions.
Because a bag would be kind of like when you're carrying a goldfish. There's no proper there's no proper way to carry it. You just kind of have to be careful.
Yeah.
But then a jar, it's that's so heavy and you'd have to open it, and then you can't pass an olive around unless you have toothpicks in your back pocket.
Well, she said enormous bag of olives.
Oh my gosh. The miscommunication is you just have to laugh at stuff like that because it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
When you have the language barrier, the culture barrier. And I mean, now sometimes I'll use Google Translate and literally type what I want, but I'm sure it reads silly too.
Yeah.
But at least I kind of get the gist a little bit more than hand motions.
Yeah. Ooh, pro tip. Google Translate, y'all.
And did you know that you can use Google Translate in the grocery store, that they have a photo feature? So when we were in Thailand and you're wanting to know what's in your drink because it could literally be anything, you can hold the photo thing up and read the ingredients. And I just think that's a really great thing to have.
Yeah.
We're living in the future of travel.
5 years from now, I'll be on that electric flight.
You will be by yourself.
I'll pack some double A's.
There you go.
You got the next one?
I got the next one. Okay, story number 3. This one, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go for it.
so he says, so my family, parents, me, cousins are going on an Alaskan cruise next year.
Ooh.
Bucket list already.
Yep.
There are 3 photographers in our group. Me, Dad, and my cousin's husband.
Okay.
Dad and I have gone on Alaskan cruises before. The plan is to download any amazing pictures and videos from all of our previous trips. And every time my cousin's husband goes to the bathroom or gets a drink, when he comes back, we're all going to say, OMG, did you see that? Can you believe we saw that?
Yeah.
And we're going to say, look, a whale just breached, and then reference a picture from a previous year. The goal is to see how long he can go without leaving for the bathroom. Oh my gosh, how that is so hilarious.
What a great prank.
That man is never getting up.
No.
I mean, he's going to be there's no way that I'm leaving unless all of you leave. That's
there
what
needs to be part 2 to this where he the man pees himself.
Or we just need to know yeah, how long did he go before he was like, this cannot be real life?
Right.
That every time I get up, you see the most beautiful Alaskan
I would also imagine the whole day they're like, hey, let's get here, drink more.
Right, just egging him on.
Yeah. All right, next up.
Next up.
This one's just funny, okay?
Okay.
I was flying out of SFO, San Francisco, waiting on a very long security line. An older than middle-aged woman, but not yet senior citizen, okay? Remember that. Older than middle-aged woman, but not yet senior citizen. This person was very specific about how old this lady was.
Okay.
Was asking the entire line if they could go in front because she claimed that they were about to miss their flight. I let them go ahead of me. I got the security line with about 2 hours left before my flight. And guess who was on my flight? Those liars. It took everything in me not to call them out, trying to cut me in line.
Wow, that is some self-control because I probably would have said something. People have asked before to get in front of me, and I've said yes, believing, like she did, that they were in a rush.
Yeah.
But I've never caught anyone red-handed. I will say too that there are some countries that we've been to that I immediately, like actually Thailand's one of them, that I immediately am a fan of your country when we get off the plane and we get to security and they escort the families to a different line.
Oh, man.
It's like that feeling, you're like, I belong here.
Right. The feeling of like, you see him from a mile away and like, you sense compassion.
Right.
And understanding.
That's what it feels
Yeah.
like because, you know, traveling with kids, as if you're listening, you probably can relate. You get off a 12-hour flight, your kids are already at their breaking point.
Yeah.
Or for us, they weigh like 50 pounds. So if we land at 2 a.m., we're not only carrying our luggage, we're carrying our children. So to stand in a security line for 45 minutes feels like torture.
Right.
But when you get off that plane and this man or woman comes out and they escort you, I'm like, I love it here. I'm staying here forever. You are my people. It feels like a
Yeah.
huge gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's happened to us, like, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
And so when it does, we're greatly appreciative.
You know when it never happens?
When?
I can say this.
When?
In America. I mean, on our last trip, we literally got back and Colin has a different passport. We've talked about that. So we always have to go into the international arrivals lane as a family because we want to stay together. But this past time, there were like 10 officers welcoming in American citizens and like 2 for people that were coming to America on a different passport or a visa. And I was just like, man, we got to do better.
We got to do better, folks.
Come on, let's welcome. And you know what we also have to improve? Our like welcome video. You know the one that's playing on the TV?
Yeah.
It's like, it feels like it was filmed in the 90s.
It is.
It doesn't look very welcoming.
No.
And I'm just kind of like, this is the first impression that people have of our country.
Yeah.
And they're waiting in line for a really long time.
Yeah.
And they're watching this video play that kind of just depicts us as like,
It's like the montage from Sesame Street.
yeah, it's so strange. And I'm like, who's on this team?
Yeah.
I would like to join the welcoming team
Yeah.
for the American airports and customs. So vote for me. Here I am running for some kind of
Airport
office.
Improvement.
Yeah.
AIC, Airport Improvement Committee. Elect Megan Mukri.
I want to be on it. I want to make it more fun and welcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have like better like snacks too.
Refreshments.
As soon as you get there, you hand them a Costco hot dog.
A smile. I'll take a smile.
Or a Costco hot dog.
Okay, both and.
All right, I'm going to take the next one.
Okay,
Because you
do
got
it.
the last one.
I got the last one.
Man, this has been a good episode.
I love to laugh.
I hope we do this more often. And
Yeah.
we will. So feel free. Anytime you have a funny travel story, just send it in.
Yeah.
We don't have to ask you. Just send it. All
We'll
right.
just keep it.
Give
for,
us the usual.
for when the time is right.
Right. All right. Now our story takes us to India.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Hot take. That's where my story's from too.
I know.
I think
all good things happen in India.
It's just a good place for stories.
I can't wait to go. I hope we have some stories whenever we go.
Yeah.
When I was in India, we were in Mumbai for a few days, and my friends told me to book the Four Seasons Hotel. So we did. When we got there, it was so late at night. It was, of course, the sketchiest place. We had to walk down an alleyway, take an elevator up to go into a side door to a hotel that had like 4 rooms. I was in a room by myself. I found blood on the sheets. There were no toilet paper and no one spoke English. Our booking said it came with a complimentary breakfast. So the next morning we asked for breakfast and they brought back baggies of food from a street vendor. Smiley face, laughing tear emoji. When our friends were giving us directions on how to meet them for lunch, we ended up super lost because they were giving us directions from the fancy Four Seasons hotel.
And where were they?
So I said, but what was the name of the hotel you booked?
Right.
And she said the Four Seasons Lodge.
Oh, no.
Which is genius.
Oh, my gosh.
Whoever named their hotel the Four Seasons Lodge.
I'm sure it's not the first time that someone's made that mistake.
All right, Megan. Take us home.
So this is a story from my time in India. Woohoo! So many stories come from that place. It's magical. So I'm sitting in a park by myself. And I'm sitting on a park bench kind of watching people walk around. And an older man joins me on the bench. And I'd been proposed to a time or two.
Really?
In India. Yes. I was proposed to once in a shop. He was showing me pictures of like his extra second and third homes in different places. And he said, this could also be yours if you join my family. And I was like, I'm good. I don't need a bag. I was just looking for a purse. I'm out. And okay, so this time I was in a park and a gentleman came and sat by me. He was much older and he's just talking. He knew kind of broken English. And so we're chatting. I'm like, how was your day? What plans do you have for the rest of the day? And then he was just like, well, what plans do you have? And I said, well, I'm just here for a little bit and then I'm meeting some friends. I'm going home. Like, actually, looks like I'm about to go home right now because he was like giving me those vibes. And he was just started telling me about his business and the way that he's like risen from nothing to something and that he has a home. Then it gets to the point where he said, are you married? And I said, well, I'm not. And he was like, well, I'm not either. I said, wow.
Coincidence.
What a coincidence. And he said, would you be interested in marrying someone of Indian descent? And I said, I'm open to marrying someone of any descent, which was the wrong thing to say. This is what happens to me. I'm just a little too friendly sometimes. And when I get nervous, I say the right thing, but it's also the wrong thing.
You crack the door just wide enough.
So then he swoops in and he was like, well, I'm looking for a wife. You're very beautiful. Would you like to stay here with me? And I immediately am like, oh, how did this happen again? And I'm like, oh my God. Okay,
how did this happen again?
Not like that, but just like I set myself up for this. Yeah. I said I was open to marrying someone of any descent. He swooped in. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not interested in that in this stage of my life. I've got a job. I've got things going on. It was so nice to meet you. I'm going to go. Yeah. He begins to follow me to the bus and I don't feel unsafe because there are so many people around. Yeah. But he's just kind of pestering me, following. And he said, but I could make you. I didn't tell you. My business is I own a butter chicken shop. And if you marry me, I will make you butter chicken forever.
Wow.
If that's not a way to sway you, I don't know what is.
I'm already thinking about lunch right now. We're going to make butter chicken after this.
Oh, man. So obviously it didn't work out, but I did think that was just...
Wow. Yeah. You could be the butter chicken queen
I could have.
India.
I mean, it's great. It's a great meal. And that could have been my life. But I just love that he led with his strength. He's like, listen.
Yeah, you got to play up your strength.
This is what I'm good at. And I could give this to you forever.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Man.
Butter chicken.
Well, Meg, I got one question for you.
Okay.
Would you ever marry someone of Malaysian descent?
Oh, gosh. Of course. I'm open.
Oh.
Remember?
Well,
Okay, so I think that's all. We did it, Colin.
I play pickleball really well. I was really good at soccer when I was 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then puberty came and I somehow lost all athleticism.
It's like a lie.
All right, folks. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us. Parents, do not forget to pack snacks. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Thank you. Bye.